guys doing tonight? Hope everything's going great. Hope you're enjoying the nice weather if you've got nice weather where you're located. Tonight, I'm going to continue on with this book series on the book Stress Less by Dr. Don Colbert. This chapter reviewing tonight is called Learn to be Assertive. And most of us think assertiveness is the same as aggression, but it's not. Hey, Tom. How you guys doing? It's not the same thing as aggression. Being assertive in this book, it's defined as being simply confident in voicing what it is that you want, what you expect, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and all your hopes and dreams and those kind of things. And hola, getting packed. Anyway, and basically you do it where you have no fear of ridicule. And, sometimes you have to just take an attitude of just like, okay, if they think I'm nuts, then so be it. Just get it out. Anyway, he goes in the book, awesome, goes into the book on, you have people who have good assertiveness skills, people who are passive, and people who are aggressive, and goes into the differences. A lot of times people with good assertiveness, they were raised in homes, and they were fortunate where they had both good discipline and good guidance. And I think most of us at least had some of that, things like this kind of vary. And now people who are passive will tend to, we doubt ourselves, and we may feel that our ideas aren't important. And hey, Joel, Tom's online too. We may feel our ideas aren't very important. And then aggressive people, they will demand to be heard and recognized as being valuable, and they're often confrontational. You think of an aggressive driver. Now they feel that they must win, and everybody else has always got to lose. And so, that's kind of the other end of the spectrum. And I think sometimes we can probably bounce in between those things, being passive or sometimes being aggressive or being both. Oh my goodness. And sometimes we have good assertiveness. Anyway, now passive, when people are passive, we're more prone to stress than people who are aggressive. And a lot of times people became passive because of maybe how they were raised in their households. There may have been some things they were forced into submission to. That's what the Dr. Colbert talks about. People were, forced into submission. There may or may not have been abuse involved in that. Maybe not, but these people may have some anger from that. But there's still a sense of kind of cowering in certain situations. Other people who are aggressive, they were ignored as children. I think a long time ago, children were kind of ignored as a standard. So anyway, as adults, we come to where we don't value ourselves, and we may not stand up for ourselves either. And there's a big fear of rejection. And in the book, Dr. Colbert, he's a Christian, and he has a lot of great points. And he says that whether you're passive or aggressive, either way, God wants to know He can set you free of that. And, if you're passive, He can work with you to learn to express yourself better. And if you're more of an aggressive type, you can have more compassion. So, and in the book, he also gives ways to improve, which I like about this book. He lays things out and then gives you plans on how to better approach it. And these are mostly in terms of being passive, to learn how to communicate your thoughts. Even if you don't feel confident, go ahead and do it. And the first time you may stumble around a bit and, feel very awkward with it, but in time you'll get more and more confident with it. Another one is learning to say no, and a lot of people have problem with this. And he gives a hey Terry, and he gives an example of maybe we may feel uncomfortable just saying no, period, but we may feel more comfortable saying no, not right now. No, I'm sorry, I can't donate $1,000 right now. We may have used that one before, or I can't volunteer this weekend, or I'm sorry, I just can't do that right now. That may be something we might feel a little more comfortable saying. Another thing, if you have that passive personality, is don't feel overly apologetic. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I think I've done that a couple of times myself, and you feel ridiculous after a point. And don't belittle yourself. You don't want to walk in and say, I know this sounds really stupid, but could you help me with this? And we may not need to call ourselves stupid. And we can also tell people nicely what we expect. If you think of like a teacher in a classroom or someone organizing an event, they may say, like, would everyone please put their coffee cups over in the kitchen? Something as simple as that, as an example. So anyway, these are some of the main points I wanted to cover from this chapter tonight. So if you have any more comments, I'm going to be posting this video in like 2 minutes, and you can leave your comments there. And I totally appreciate you guys watching, and hope to talk to you later. Thanks again. Bye.